So how is Nigeria? How you see Nigeria?
Well, with the same bottomless pit of incomprehensibility. Nothing has changed.
Those are plenty of...
He has a way with quotes.
No, these are not quotes. You know, when you sit down and examine how this country is being run, you simply discover that how did we get to this stage? But again, you understand that when governance is not for the people, then you discover there are so many things that will happen.
Yes. That will be leading us into the leading story
into the papers this morning.
Looks like it's explaining what he just described.
Oh yes, what a friend of mine used to call Jugno Destramora. The more you look, the less you see. So look at the pilot newspapers this morning. The headline is saying massacre in Plateau, and it's in bright red, jumping at you right off the page. Massacre in Plateau has yet to be identified. Gunmen defy 24-hour curfew, killed 30 persons in communities of Mangu local government area. Family of 5 burnt to death during attacks in Kwahasalek. Other communities, victims killed at community leader's house where they ran for refuge. Those who lost their lives in the attack are mostly women and children. That is really... And when you look at the top of that headline, you see another one talking about a bomb explosion in Abuja. Of course, the police have said that the explosion in Maitama area of Abuja is not bomb-related, and that's on page 9 of that paper, The Nigerian Pilot.
Such a sad story to begin with this morning. So let's move on to Daily Sun, which is also leading with that story, but puts it differently. Says, more horror in Plateau State. Gunmen invade a Mangu again. Kill 30 despite a curfew in place. Father, 4 children among the dead. 7.2 million children accessing education in Nigeria's IDP camps. That's credited to UNICEF as it advocates stronger safety nets for school children.
This Nigeria says blood flows again in Plateau as gunmen kill 30. Women, children among victims. Shocked Governor Muftwang calls incident genocide. Attackers struck few hours after government declared curfew in the local government.
The Leadership newspaper, also leading with that Plateau story, says more bloodshed in Benue, Plateau, as gunmen kill 55. Attacks premeditated. Don't sleep with 2 eyes closed, says Governor Mutfwang. Plateau group accuses military. Northern leaders prefer solutions. All of that you find inside the paper.
The Daily Times is not talking about that at all, going away from the attack on Mangu local government area. And it talks about the relocation, the planned relocation of Nigeria's capital to Lagos. Furore over alleged plans to relocate Nigeria's capital to Lagos. It's false alarm, says presidency. You'll find all of that on page 5. And if you go further down, to the bottom of the page, you see some issues that are critical to the Nigerian on the street. Naira grossly undervalued, says CBN governor on page 2 of the paper.
The People's Daily is leading with Abuja explosion was overheated refuse bin blast, not bomb. That's coming from the police. As Kano Assembly rerun, we're ready for the unexpected. That's police speaking there on page 6.
The Daily Asset leads with the story, of course, the economic story. Cardoso unveils 2024 Forex initiatives, launches economic outlook. And lower down, you see Nigerian youths, talented, ready to learn, compete globally. Tinubu tells MasterCard as president travels to France.
Aline Dume threatens Tinubu over planned relocation of CBN departments to Lagos. Why? You may want to pick up and read up the Nigerian Express details, what the anger is all about. Why we are not paying 35,000 Naira minimum wage arrears. Who's speaking? You can also pick up the paper and read up.
Let's go to Nigerian News Direct. CBN wields rod to tame inflation, forex infractions, as Cardoso promises to bring inflation down to 21.4%. Page 11 of Nigerian News Direct has that. And, of course, talking more about the economy, Edun Adedeji Harp on domestic revenue mobilization says 77% IGR increase is possible. Well, if you want to know how that is possible, go to page 10 of that paper.
Why petrol price will fall in 2024, CBN governor speaking there. Naira undervalued, inflation expected to decline to 21%. Cardoso, marketers a kick as NNPCL delays fuel supply. Ayedatiwa sacks Akeredolu's commissioners, advisors, and nominates a late governor's kinsman as deputy as he appoints SSG COP. Ondo Assembly to screen deputy governor's nominee today. Of course, further down at the bottom of this front page, you see Plato killings continue despite 24-hour curfew. And I think this is a good place to start this discussion because it's one headline that you see almost in all the papers except a few of them. And it's really a sad one for Nigeria. The different angles that the story, looks at the fact that there's a curfew. How daring could these people be? Who are they? And why are they doing this? You say blood flow in some places, you say massacre in some papers, and different terminologies used to describe what has gone, mostly affected women and children.
None of them pleasant.
Sad one. Please, Musa.
Well, it's a very sad day for Nigeria, and yesterday turned out a very sad day, not just about the 30 people that were killed in Mangu, about 15 also were killed in Benue, so that turned it to about 55, as one of the papers captured it. Now, honestly, the issue of insecurity is one issue that has made this nation not to stand, because there are forces that are committed to bringing it down. You should also note that just 2 days ago, there was this Boko Haram release. It was a video, it was trending, where 3 people were killed because of the Palestinian-Israeli problem in the Middle East. Now, that's just by the way. But you see, I have always maintained that when a nation allowed its citizens to be a soft target for terror gangs, this is what we'll continue to have. We saw the governor coming out some 2-3 weeks before, after the Christmas, lamenting that he was incapable of doing anything. He was helpless, and he was relying on the military. Now, if you read yesterday about the various accounts, you will discover that even among the security personnel, some were accusing the others, members of their own security in the other arm, of colluding. The truth of the matter is, they declare a 24-hour curfew in Mangu. How come that the killing continued? That is to tell you, we do not have the political will. Nigeria is yet to evolve the political will to tackle these murderers. Even the defense headquarters said, except they resolve the issue of political will, nothing will happen. In the last 8 years, we saw the federal government willingly unable to tackle these terrorists. And mind you, there is also this resurgence of kidnapping and banditry in Ondo State. So everywhere you go, banditry, insecurity is a major issue. The issue is that, how do we come out of this? You cannot come out of this by not involving the communities that are under siege. When the attackers know that they will visit a community that will be prepared for them, they will be a little bit circumspect. But I've always said, not just you allow people to own guns. No. Go to communities, profile people that you can train in the use of arms, and let these people work in synergy with security forces. It's not that everybody coming to do. You see, I understand what the Mete Allah did in Nasarawa. The truth of the matter is that if everybody does that, you will have a problem time. But because government has failed to frontally tackle this issue of insecurity. And when you have insecurity in a nation, you don't have a nation. You don't have a nation because you are simply struggling to couple that nation. And that is what our present situation is. So what needs to be done right now is that there is a conspiracy, and that conspiracy is very, very clear. That even despite the imposition of 24 hours curfew, that never prevented an attack. And 30 people killed? No.
When there's a curfew, really...
How did they get exactly
it's really worrisome. If there's a curfew declared on a particular region or, space, our security agency is not supposed to, be at alert to ensure that at least to even enforce the curfew itself, right?
That is to tell you the conspiracy that is all woven around the issue. Once there's a curfew, the security agencies are supposed to work and ensure that nothing moves. But there's a 24-hour curfew, and people came out and attacked people and killed people.
And then went away.
In one of the snippets I read of the news report, a security agent in one of the security forces was accusing a person in another system of colluding.
I even saw on social media account of somebody saying that some people even came with a military uniform. Whether they are impersonating
there could be impersonators.
So what it means now is that the problem is even becoming more complicated than it was before. Now, there was a curfew.
Yes.
And there was still an attack that claimed 30 lives, 30 human lives. And that for me is really, really shocking. Look at the third rider there.
Yeah.
Victims killed at community leader's house.
Yes.
They ran for refuge.
They
went to the community leader's house.
Yes.
And yet they were killed right there.
Yes. Because when I also read that, they said when they attacked that very village, what they did was that the women and children ran to the community leaders that was a little bit far, thinking that they will be safe. When they arrived there, the attackers were already there. So as they were coming, they were hacking them down.
Oh, God.
Gosh.
Yes. You see, this issue of insecurity is what is the most pressing problem, because the responsibility of government is to provide for the welfare and security of lives and property. Now, when the government cannot provide that security of lives and property, what do you call such a government? And of course, we may blame the present government, yes, but they never started then. But again, that does not mean that we should not hold the present government accountable. You should be able to stop this killing.
So what happened to the marching order that the president gave to security agencies before, that was after the Christmas Eve attack, and then the assurances that were coming from security agencies that this will be dealt with, really? Because I don't seem to understand why this thing has become a problem that we cannot solve.
Marching order are marching orders, but except you respect them, they don't become marching orders. The last 8 years, we saw former President Buhari asking the IG to go to Benue. He didn't even know that the man didn't go there. Until when he went there, he said, well, he was not aware that the man didn't go there. So, honestly, the marching order was just a verbal order. There was nothing to it. Because there is a deeper crisis. There is an issue that is yet to be to be resolved. And except we resolve that issue,
Simon,
we'll go nowhere.
Simon, I want us to look at the rider on the leadership newspaper, if you can get that online now for you to look at. The paper is right beside you there. The second rider there says, attacks premeditated, don't sleep with 2 eyes closed. That's coming from the governor. And that sounds to me like the governor is asking the people to defend themselves. What's your own reading?
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.